I also have some resources out there that I'm moving around. So don't go there now, but there's a website that I created, frankhanley.com. I'm currently revising it, so don't try to access this now. But I basically put a single page with links to all of the YouTubes on there, so you don't have to go browsing through. It makes life a little simpler. I also run my own wellness channel on Facebook. It's called the FSHD Wellness Channel. You're welcome to join that. I usually do a live exercise for 20 minutes, a half hour once a week. And if you need to reach me directly, you can email me. My email that I have set up for this is called Qi Gong. That's QIGONG. Qi Gong for FSHD, one big word, @gmail.com. Okay, and I'll put that in the chat before we break today. All right, so let me continue on here. We started the program. So my disclaimer, real quick, for this, I'm not a medical professional. I'm a person with FSHD. I practice Kung Fu, Qi Gong, and Tai Chi, usually daily, at least one of those three. I've been doing this for a long time, and over the last few years, I find that this practice helps me fight back against FSH. I do these sessions that we're in now to share what I found some successes with the FSHD community at large. This is a demonstration only. You're welcome to follow along. And if you're not sure, I would ask that you consult a medical provider and get some guidance there. I'm going to run through some exercises today that are, most of them will be seated. A few of them are standing. If you have any difficulty doing those, let me know, because we try to make some adjustments on the fly here for folks. If you, so don't feel, feel free to speak up. I try to simplify these as best I can for folks. And like I mentioned earlier, if you go back into the catalog there on the YouTube, we do exercises, or I do exercises that are seated. I do exercises that are for standing. And we also have a set that I did lying down for folks. So you can pick your poison there. All right. Well, let me just talk about myself real quick. For people that have heard this before, you can probably go get a drink of water or something. Started noticing FSH when I was about 18 years old. I developed a foot drop when I was in my early 30s, and I got a preliminary, or my first diagnosis, my first introduction to FSHD at that time. And that was at the MDA clinic in Edison, New Jersey. In the 2010, I moved down into the Maryland area, so I started going to the MDA clinic at Johns Hopkins. In 2015, I did the genetic blood test, and that came back FSH type 1 positive. And now the FSH is in my hips and in my core. So my biggest struggle lately is climbing steps. So that's that. With the FSH Society, I stumbled into them through the internet in springtime of 2019. The Philadelphia group was having a meeting, and I ran. That was in March of 2019. I retired and moved to South Carolina in June of 2019, and there was no FSH Society in South Carolina. The closest one was up in Raleigh, North Carolina, or Atlanta. So I spoke with the society, and we started the South Carolina chapter in the springtime of 2020, just in time for COVID. So we were doing all of our meetings online through Zoom. Thank goodness there was Zoom when we were doing that. 2022, we started this program, like I mentioned, and in 2020, I actually started my Facebook group. So I've been teaching martial arts for probably about 10 years. I've been practicing pretty much since my late 30s. And I do sessions like this for the FSH Society, and I also teach Qi Gong. I've done guest speakers at the national Qi Gong meetings and mindfulness conferences and such. So I enjoy doing this. I enjoy sharing. So that's why I'm here. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. And again, if you want to join the wellness channel, I think we're up to about 170 members now. I get about 10 members a month, 10 people joining. So share that with your family. It's great to have folks online doing the stuff there too. So before I start, any questions? Questions, you could either do the little thing. I have my video screen splits, so I'm having trouble in mousing around here. So June, if you see anybody.
I don't see anybody with their hand up.
Well, if you can, just ping me and I will, because
Okay.
I got your screen shrunk down and I can't see the chat box. Okay, so I was going to talk about the equinox today and the balance, the Earth being in balance. So a week ago, Tuesday, the 19th, 11 o'clock Eastern time was the equinox. It's when the sun crosses over the equator. Day and night are the same on both sides of the equator. The equinox happens twice a year. There's a spring equinox and a fall equinox. So we're moving in the northern hemisphere. We've moved into springtime, and our friends in the southern hemisphere are moving into fall. And again, that's the balance of day and night. North and south are equal for just an instant when the sun crosses over that equator. So relating that to us, I don't know how many of you out there, and I'm not seeing show of hands, but how many of us have trouble or have issues with balance, right? I think everybody does. I mean, I fall for no apparent reason. I just lose my balance. So I get that. So it's a physical struggle for us daily, as beyond everything else, and it's a mental struggle with everything. Excuse me a second. With everything that's going on with us, with our issues, with our families, with all the other stuff going on around us, everything that's going on in the world. I just saw the other day, and it's the news now. The bridge collapse in Maryland. I went over that bridge 100 times when I was living in Maryland. So it's pretty scary that that big bridge could come down in a blink like that. So stuff like that just takes our focus away. So it's hard to stay focused. It's hard to stay balanced. So what I'm going to do today is try to clear out some of that noise for us, get some balance back. We can't do it because I'm actually sitting upstairs and it's raining out. So, but if you do these exercises outside, barefoot in the grass, you can connect to the earth and draw up on the earth's energy. I'll show you how. We're just not able to do it outside today. All right. So that's the agenda for today. I've got a handful of exercises to do. All right. So first of all, I'll start with what I always start with is the fundamentals, and we'll work our way in to. I'm going to move back a little bit so you can see me better. We're going to start by sitting properly. I always joke with folks that you come on these classes, I teach you to sit, I teach you to stand, and I'll teach you how to breathe. So we'll do some of those simple things today. All right, so I'm sitting in a chair. I wish I could get this computer better. I'm sorry. Let me just move back a little bit more. I'm sitting in a chair. It's not quite pub height. It's not quite a regular chair. It's a little higher than normal, and it's my hips are just a little bit higher than my knees, and I like that because it's easier to get in and out of for me, and I'm sure a lot of you can understand that also. I'm just trying to get up a little more. And I got my head cut off. Sorry. I'm in a new space and I'm not used to working. Okay, so we're going to sit straight up in the chair. All right. I'm sitting at the edge of the chair, and I have a chair with no arms. If you need to sit back in the chair, and if you need a chair with arms for stability, that's fine. I advise against using a chair with wheels. And as always, with when we do these sessions, I always learn something new. So don't confuse a chair with wheels with a mobility device. I mean, like an office chair with wheels. Somebody made that point to me last time, and I said, "Geez, I never even considered that." So, I mean, an office chair, not a mobility device. So, anyway, Gentle gaze forward. And we're going to breathe in and out for the next 45 minutes through our nose for a couple reasons. The tip of our tongue is touching the roof of our mouth just behind our front teeth. That helps you keep your mouth closed and breathe through your nose. Your feet are flat on the floor. You can put your hands on your knees or your hands in your lap. If you do cup your hands, touch the palms. Right? Don't lock your fingers. Touch your palms. Use an energy point here. So we want to make that connection. If your feet are on the floor, try to grip the floor a little bit with your toes, if you can, and just relax. Right? So we're going to sit. That's the standard sitting positions for doing some of these exercises. Okay. So with that, everybody sitting nicely. Let me pop. So I have here. Right. So I'm going to do some breathing exercises. We do diaphragm breathing. And I don't know if you guys are on any of the FSHD groups on Facebook, but I noticed last night that on one of the groups, there's a lot of conversation about breathing and diaphragm. So I'm going to hop on that later and point them to this video. So, but anyway, I do what's called belly breathing. It's part of Qi Gong. Qi Gong is basically built a lot around breathing and breath work. I call Qi Gong Kung Fu or acupuncture without the needles. All right, that's really what it is. It's because it's moving energy, basically, and a lot of that has got to do with breathing. All right, so breathing is at the core of most of your Qi Gong exercises. So diaphragm breathing is when we were born, we were diaphragm breathers or belly breathers. We were born breathing that way. Most animals are diaphragm breathers still. If you watch a dog or a cat, or actually a dog is easier when they're panting. Their whole lower is moving all the time, so they're diaphragm breathers. As we developed, we became chest breathers. All right, so we're going to relearn to breathe from our diaphragm, not from our chest. It's much healthier and it's much better for you to do it that way. And then the third version of breathing is a throat breather. So you start as a diaphragm breather, you move into a chest breather. As you get older, you become a throat breather. And then what's next? You're not here anymore, right? So you want to keep the breathing low. You don't want your breathing to raise up. You want to keep your breathing low. So we're going to do diaphragm breathing. So what it is you when you inhale, it's kind of backwards to the way we breathe now. When you inhale, you push your diaphragm down. You want to get your diaphragm moving. Push your diaphragm down, fill your torso. All right. So push everything down and fill your torso. So your whole torso expands. And it expands what we call six-way breathing, six-direction breathing. You expand like a balloon. A balloon doesn't blow out on one side. A balloon fills completely all around. So you want to front to back, side to side, top to bottom. All right. So you want to fill your torso as much as you can, and as you inhale, and then when you exhale, you want to compress. You want to pull your abdominals in. You want to pull your diaphragm up. So this down and up is exercising all your organs. While you're doing a much deeper breathing. And the real quick story on diaphragm breathing with me, and I'm sorry, June, this is probably the 100th time you've heard this. I was at Johns Hopkins for my meeting with the neurologist, and we were talking, and he asked me if I was waking up with headaches. And I said, oh, yeah, as a matter of fact, I am. So his concern was that I was not breathing deep enough at night. The FSH was affecting my diaphragm. And that I was retaining carbon dioxide, and that's what was giving me the headaches when I was awake, at night. So he wanted me to do a breathing test, and so I scheduled that, and I went home and I called my kung fu teacher. We started doing a lot of heavy diaphragm breathing. The headaches went away really quick within a week, and I had no issues, with the test. So I do the breathing regularly This stuff I do at least once a day on the diaphragm breathing. So anyway, I'm talking too much. So we're going to inhale, we're going to push down, exhale, we're going to pull up. I'm going to embellish it with moving my hands so you can see. So when we inhale, again, we're breathing through our nose. We inhale, we push the diaphragm down, and you're not going to learn this overnight. It takes a couple months to get it figured out because it's, like I said, opposite to the way you breathe regularly. So we're going to push the diaphragm down. We're going to fill the torso. That's how you know you're doing it. And it's not like filling your belly with air. You're going to fill up and then squeeze out. So pull the diaphragm back up again. So I'm going to do a few of these. We'll do maybe 10. So I'm going to count to 5. We'll do an inhale for 5 as we expand out, and we do an exhale for 5 as we pull in. And when you're pulling in, visualize your belly button hitting your spine. That's how tight you want to try to get your abdominals. All right, nice and tight. Pushes the diaphragm up, push the diaphragm down, and the best way to do that is to push your energy, push everything down into the lower part of your torso. Right, so you want to push down. You want to feel some tension down in the lower part of your torso, and then up. So it's down, up, down. Inhale. Up, exhale. All right, so I'm going to count to 5. We'll inhale, and I'll count to 5 and we'll exhale so we can get some rhythm going. All right, so let's do inhale real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Pull in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, push down. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. Push down. Torso expands. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale. Pull everything in nice and tight. Pull the diaphragm up. Inhale, down, expand. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Right. So I just did 10, probably 10 of those real quick. If you want to do these at home, I like to just set my timer on my phone for 5 minutes, put it out of the way, and just do that until the alarm goes off. That's where you're not counting, you're just focusing on the breathing. Okay. I'm going to just jump my screen for a second here. And let me bump that up. This big so I could see everything here. But, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just like doing a split screen thing here. That's about right. All right. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to get my screens lined up so I can. Okay. So that's belly breathing. Like I said, if you do 5 minutes a day to start and work your way up to maybe a half hour a day and use a timer so you're not counting and worried about what time it is. You just set your timer on your phone and put your phone off to the side and just focus on doing the breathing. And I count to 5. if you can't make it to 5, if you can only make it to 3, whatever is a good pace for you, that's fine. But from week to week, if you are practicing and doing it, maybe add a couple counts on as you go, so you can get that count up to 5 or get up to 8 or up to 10. The more you're doing it, because you're expanding, and it's hard to do because you're basically using muscles and pushing on things that you're not used to pushing on. So it takes a while to get your body used to doing that kind of breathing. So don't get frustrated. It's supposed to be relaxing. So the last thing I want you to do is get frustrated doing it, right? All right, so I'm going to do some coordination stuff now. And it's fairly just takes the focus off the breathing by doing some manual manipulations while we're actually still practicing breathing. So what I'd like you to do is visualize that you're holding a ball, okay? A small ball, like a basketball size. All right, so we're going to hold the ball, and we're going to, as we inhale and expand, the ball is going to expand. And then as we exhale, we're going to take that ball and squeeze it back down again. So the hands are going to equate or move with the torso. So as we inhale, the ball expands as our torso expands. And as you exhale, you compress it back down again. And you could either do this very lightly with your hands, or you could be a little vigorous and put a little tension in your hands if you want to. That's entirely up to you. Let it gently push out, gently pull back in, or make it like it's forcing you out and forcing you back. And it depends on how you want to visualize this. Okay. So anyway, let's do 10 more breaths, and we're just going to expand and compress the ball as we're holding the ball. Okay. So let's do that again. I'm going to count to 5, inhale, and 5, exhale. We're breathing, belly breathing, in and out through the nose. If you want to focus your gaze on your ball, again, we're going to visualize we're holding a ball. You could actually visualize that you're holding what we call the Qi ball, which is a ball of energy. And when we start to do those types of visualizations, we can give texture to the ball. We can give temperature to the ball. We can give color to the ball. We can do a lot more things with the visualization. But for now, let's just keep it simple. All right, so we're going to inhale, exhale. Inhale, expand. Exhale, compress. Inhale, expand. Exhale, compress. Inhale, the torso fills as the ball expands. Exhale, compress. Pull the abs in. Get your abs nice and tight. Your core nice and tight. Tighten it all up. Exhale, 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 exhale. Okay, inhale. Exhale. In and out through the nose. Inhale. Expand. Exhale. Press. Inhale, expand. Exhale, compress. One more. Last one. Inhale, expand. Inhale, press. Run. Get big. Get big. Get big. All right, compress. Okay, rotate your hand so left hand is on top. And inhale. Ball, hand goes up, right hand goes down. Exhale. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze your abs. Inhale. Ball expands. Exhale. Compress the ball. Squeeze your abs. Inhale. Build the torso. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Okay, this time inhale. Rotate your hands. Exhale. Inhale. Hit your hands. Exhale. Now fill your torso. The ball expands. Fill, 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 fill. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Exhale. Squeeze the ball. Inhale. Expand. Rotate your hands. Exhale. Squeeze the ball. Inhale. Rotate. Exhale. Inhale. Rotate. Exhale. Inhale. Rotate. Exhale. Inhale. Rotate. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Rotate. Exhale. Okay. Hands at your side. Shake it out a little bit. All right. One more that I'm throwing in here that I just thought of that to kind of give you an idea of where you can go with this. So we're going to do an inhale for 3 and an exhale for 1. Okay, so we're going to breathe in slowly to 3, and you want to fill to 3. All right, and we were filling to 5, so we're going to fill a little quicker now. So we're going to fill to 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3. I'm going to count slower. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, so inhale slow, inhale to 5. Exhale to 3. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So you can vary the counts. Is where I'm going with this. So you can actually reverse that. Inhale quick, exhale slow. Inhale quick, fill completely. Exhale slow. Inhale, fill completely. Exhale slow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale. So that's where you can go with this. Right? I'm just giving you a little example because sometimes you get lulled to sleep. Oh, this is boring, blah, blah, blah. But if you start to vary the counts as you get better at it, as you get more, and if you do those 3-in-1s for a half hour, you're going to really get a buzz.
I was just going to ask you, Frank,
What's
that
that?
was my first time doing these breathing exercises. Is it normal to get a little lightheaded?
Yes, absolutely, because your body's not used to all this oxygen.
All right.
Right? So you get an oxygen buzz. Don't do these. Is that Kurt that's speaking? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so don't do these before you go to bed because you're going to get it'll wake you up. These heavy breathing, these faster breathing exercises. So I advise if you're going to do these, don't do them right before bed. Do them. Give yourself an hour or 2 before bed. Or best time to do them actually is in the morning, first thing if you can. So that way you get aerated. Like you said, you get a little lightheaded, but it's really the oxygen level because you're not used to breathing that way. You're not used to breathing this way. You're used to doing shallow chest breathing, basically. And now you're doing some serious inhaling and exhaling. So, but you will get used to it. All right. It's not normal to get a little lightheaded when you do some of these. And actually, that 3 and 1 or 1 and 3, depending how you do them. And actually, there's another one that's a 7 and 5, and it's a 7 inhale, hold your breath for 3, and exhale for 5. So there's all variations of these. But doing those kind of ones, you really get you just feel it all throughout your whole body when you start doing them for like a half hour, 20 minutes, a half hour. So anyway, any other questions out there? I'm actually can't see the chat. So actually I can see the chat. I'm sorry, but I can't see hands. And I don't even know how many folks are on the call today. So, all right, I'm going to do a few more of these. These are what I call the coordination exercises because we're tying our hands movements in with the breathing. So let's do a couple more of these. We're going to do 10 more breaths, and we're going to do what I like to do as a coordination exercise. So this one is, we're going to breathe in for 5, inhale for 5, exhale for 5, as we have been doing. Again, breathing in through your nose. Keep your hands at your sides, and as we inhale, we're going to bring the left hand up. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the left hand down and bring the right hand up. And then we inhale, left hand comes up, exhale, right hand comes up. So we tie the inhale and the exhale with the arm movements. All right, so hands at your sides. We're going to inhale for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Expand. Don't forget, we're expanding. Expand, expand, expand as much as you can. Fill. Exhale. Empty it all out. Squeeze the abs. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Keep the right hand down. Exhale. A cleansing breath. I like to do a cleansing breath. So we just do another inhale. Exhale. Okay, last exercise in the coordination bin. We're going to continue to do left hand, right hand, and we're going to tie in the foot. So as we do, the left hand comes up. I'm going to back a little more. Left hand comes up, right heel. You don't have to lift your leg off the ground. You can just do a heel raise if you can. Left hand up, and right hand up, right heel up. Left hand, right foot. Left hand, left foot, right hand, right foot. Okay, so inhale, left side comes up. Exhale, right side comes up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left side up. Expand. Expand. Breathe through your nose. Breathe, 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 breathe. Flip. Exhale. Empty completely. Tighten the abs. Empty everything out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Get a little vigorous with your inhale. Push out. Force yourself to push out when you inhale. Big breath, right? Not just a slow breath. Big, because you want to fill completely. So inhale. Exhale. Squeeze everything down. Empty. Empty out. Inhale. Hand comes up. I know I got a lot going on here. I'm sorry. Exhale. Right side up. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Real big. Exhale. Big breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Okay. Any questions with these coordination exercises? Okay, because I'm going to shift gears and do some standing up stuff now. If I can get my mouse to cooperate. See it going the wrong way. Okay. Any questions, anyone? I can't see, so just speak up. I got screen shrunk down here. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, we good? Everybody good? Everybody's got their cameras on, so I can't even see a thumbs up. So I'm going to give a thumbs up. We're good to go. Move on. Thank you, Jen. Okay, so standing is very much like sitting, except that you're standing. Okay, so keep the chair. If you're going to follow along, keep the chair handy alongside of you for stability. All right, I'm going to back this camera up a scoot so I'm not cutting my head off. All right, so I like to keep my chair here just for safety and stability. All right. And now what we're going to do is, how are we doing on time? I can't see. We got what, 20 minutes? Okay. What we're going to do is basically similar exercises, but we're going to stand instead of sit. If you want to continue on following along sitting, that's perfectly fine because I'm just going to do a little more breathing. So when we do standing, our feet are flat on the floor. I'm sorry, I got my head cut off. Feet are flat on the floor. There we go. All right, feet flat on the floor. Shoulder width apart. Don't stand with your feet together. All right, little bend in the knees. Again, a gentle gaze forward, or you can close your eyes if you want. We're breathing in and out through our nose. I like people to just breathe in and out through your nose from beginning to end of these sessions. And the reason for that, just as a sidebar, because your nose is a filter. Okay, it filters all the junk, or it starts to filter at least all the junk out of the air. I'm in North Carolina, South Carolina. This time of year, historically, everything is covered with green pollen. We've had a lot of rain lately, so I think we had a heavy rain last week, and I think that washed a lot of it down. But normally you'll go out in the morning and there'll be like somebody threw a bag of flour on your car. So, but we've been really lucky this year. So for me, nose breathing is really, really important because it filters a lot of that junk out of the air that we've got flying around here. The second reason is that it regulates, because if you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, your air intake and out going in and out is at a different rate. So we breathe in and out of our nose to keep the breathing regulated. Okay. Tip of your tongue, again, is touching the roof of your mouth right behind your front teeth, just gently. And again, that just keeps your mouth closed to remind you to breathe through your nose. And actually, that's not the reason why we do that. It's an energy connection. Feet are flat on the floor. All right. Grip the floor a little bit with your toes. And like I said, if you can do this outside, barefoot in the grass, and connect to the earth, it is really, really an awesome feeling to be able to do. You do this for 20 minutes outside, and it really is a good feeling. There's a book, I'll put it out there. It's called Grounding or Earthing. I'm not sure what it is. Well, anyway, it basically, I was on a seminar with this guy, and he took a meter, and he put the meter on, and he was able to read the amount of static electricity in his body on this meter. And then when he grounded himself, it went to 0. It was amazing to see. He had like a grounding mat. So he had a mat he was standing on. It was plugged into the wall, but it was just plugged into the ground plug. And it was amazing to see how much static charge you keep in your body. So grounding empties that out, keeps you nice and, what do you call it, positive and negative. So you're kind of at 0. All right. And we're going to relax. Okay, as we're here, and we're going to focus on the Dantian. Now, the Dantian is a term I'll introduce. The Dantian is your chi point where you keep your chi. Dantian is located just below your navel. Right, so we're going to focus on that when we do some of this breathing, because as we're breathing, we're doing this in and out. Right, so remember we're doing the chi ball. Right, so the chi ball is really here, and as we're doing this breathing, you want to focus on that chi ball growing and shrinking as we do the inhaling, expanding, and exhaling, contracting. So it's just another visualization. But we keep our dantian, or the chi, your chi, your reservoir, if you will. Okay, so that's how to stand. So I told you I was going to teach you to sit, I was going to teach you to breathe, and I was going to teach you how to stand. So that's, I got accomplished my 3 major goals. All right, so we're going to work on some balance exercises and energy balance while we're doing this today. So the first thing I'm going to show you is in Tai Chi. There's the stance. If you ever see someone doing Tai Chi, their stance is always their feet are shoulder width apart, and that's kind of the starting point of in any Tai Chi form that they, people do. And you can go on YouTube, and if you YouTube Tai Chi form, you'll probably get thousands of hits, thousands of videos of people doing Tai Chi forms. If you want the really good one that I like, just ping me and I'll send you the link to that. Okay. I'm not going to put it here because I don't want to advertise for somebody else's stuff on this channel. So anyway, so we're going to talk about first is getting into that stance, which is called the Wu Ji, W-U-J-I, Wu Ji, the Wu Ji stance. All right. So, and what we do is we're going to stand with our feet together. All right. And we're going to take our weight, take our energy, and shift your weight into your right leg. Shift your weight into your right leg, so your left leg is empty. We'll call it the empty leg. All right. All your weight is in your right leg. So we're going to shift we're 50-50 as far as our weight distribution in our feet. We're going to move all our energy, move all our weight over to the right side. We're going to lift that left foot up. I'm just going to fix the camera so you can see my feet here. All right. The edge of the table. So we're going to shift our weight to the right. We're going to raise that left foot up. We're going to slide it out to shoulder width. Then we're going to put that foot back down again. We're going to set our balance back to 50-50. All right. This is called opening into the Wu Ji. All right. So then what we do is we close. All right. When we close the Wu Ji, we shift our weight into our right leg, up on our toe, slide back in again, and then put that foot back down, and our weight is back to 50-50. All right. So inhale, and if we get the hands going, we're gonna, I wish I could figure out how to get all of me into this picture at the same time. That's pretty close. So we're going to inhale. We're going to raise our hands up from our sides to our armpits. Okay. And as we're doing that, we're inhaling. We're belly breathing. Inhale, shift the weight to the leg, into the right leg. Left leg is loose. We're going to move it out. And we're going to exhale and put the weight down. Okay. And to close, inhale, shift the weight, move the leg in, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So what we're doing here is we're moving energy. Okay, we're moving energy from here to here, back to here. We're going 50-50 to 100-0. All my weight is on my right side. I'm going to slide that foot in, and then we're going to sink back down again to 50-50. Right? And stepping out, inhale. All the weight is on the right side. Slide that left foot out. Exhale, put the weight back down. Now, let me just stop here and say this is important. This is important for us because myself, I have a foot drop. So when I'm walking, my foot will get caught on something. And the reason we fall, we fall is because when we walk, we tend to have our weight moving forward as our foot is moving forward. So if that foot gets caught, the weight up the top, our weight up top heavy, right? And here, the weight is still moving forward, even though our foot isn't. And that's why we fall forward. Okay? So with this type of stepping, right? And I'll do more of this if you guys want, just let me know. And we'll do another session on this. Or go back into the videos. I think in December, at the end of the year, we did a Tai Chi stepping. So what we do is we keep our weight on the back foot until the front foot gets to where it wants to go. And then we shift forward. So normally you step, you're moving forward at the same time. Where in Tai Chi stepping, the foot goes forward, the weight stays back. The foot goes forward, and then the weight comes down. And then you push the weight to the front leg and step up. All right, I'm stepping side to side now just to show you how to move the energy from side to side. But moving around your house, this becomes a nice way to walk around the house. I mean, it takes a while to figure out. You're going to be taking a half hour to walk across the room, right? But so you could tell, because I talk to people, and a lot of people fall in the house because you don't have your mobility device. You just feel more comfortable, or you just want to get up quick, or you got to run to the bathroom, and that's when an accident happens. So if we can learn to step, but not have the energy moving forward as we're stepping, we're not going to fall. Or we won't fall as much. I don't want to say you're not going to fall. Right? So you're stepping as the energy, you keep the energy back as you move the empty leg forward. Right? It's a much safer way to move around. And that's all from Tai Chi stepping. All right. Again, I took that and kind of modified that to suit our purposes. Because if you have a foot drop like I do, I'm down in a blink. If I'm walking around, if I go from like the bare floor to a carpet or tile to a carpet, anything where there's even a small little rise in the height of the floor, I can easily trip. All right. So anyway, back to this. All right. So again, Wuji. Let me get back to my feet. I'm sorry, I have to keep moving the camera. All right. So we're feet together. We inhale. Weight goes to the right leg. Left leg is empty. Come up, raise the toe. Slide the left foot out. Okay. Exhale as you settle your weight back to 50-50. Inhale to close. Inhale, shifting the weight back to the right side. Left leg is empty. Slide the foot back in. And exhale, your weight goes back to 50-50. So we're moving energy. So that's what Qi Gong is all about, is moving your energy. All right. And this is a really simple example of how to do that. Okay. So the next one is, I'm trying to read my chart here. I'm sorry. I'm going to take a water break because I'm talking a lot. All right. So let's do some breathing with with the Wuji, all right, in the Wuji stance. All right. So this is so what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, right? We're going to step out to Wuji. So inhale, weight goes in the right leg, foot goes out. Exhale, sink the energy. Now, when you're in the Wuji, you want to, every time you exhale, you want to push down. Your knees are bent. You want to push your feet into the floor is the feeling that you want to get, right? You want to be really low. I'm very light up here. I'm really heavy in my legs, especially from my knees down to my feet, right? If you can feel that, moving your energy down into your feet, right? You want to push your feet into the floor. We're going to breathe in. Hands are going to come up. So as we breathe in, we're going to straighten our knees a little, just to give ourselves a little rise as we inhale. Belly breathing through the nose. Let's turn. Exhale. Push down. Push your feet. Exhale. Everything's compressed. Everything's tight. And we're pushing our feet into the floor. Okay. Even your hands, you can feel like you're little tension in the tops of the wrist, like you're pushing down on something. And then relax. Inhale. Come up. Exhale. Sink your energy. So you ever feel wobbly when you're standing, talking? All of a sudden, you just feel like you're going to fall over. Stand like this and you won't, right? Get used to keeping your energy low, because you get wobbly because you're up here. Our cores are unstable. So if we keep our energy here, you're not going to get that much of that wobbly feeling. Okay, so inhale, rise up, exhale, sink your energy into it. Inhale, rise up, exhale, push the energy down, push your weight into the floor. Like your feet are going to come through the ceiling on the other side. Actually, you can visualize that if you want. If you're outside, even better, because you can visualize your rooting, like you're sending a root system out into the ground. So when you inhale, you're sucking energy out of the earth, you're drawing in fresh energy out of the earth, and you're pushing your used energy back into the ground, the earth to cleanse it and make it better again. Inhale, exhale. Okay, and then we can go back to our other exercise. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, right hand up. Keep your feet in the floor. Inhale, exhale. Keep your energy low doing this. Very light in the hands. Exhale. Inhale, fill the torso. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Keep the right hand down, fill the torso. In, breathe, breathe, breathe. Exhale. Empty out. Okay, last one. We're going to close the Wuji. We're going to shift the weight back into our right leg as we inhale. Our foot comes up, slide the foot over. Exhale, set ourselves back to 50. Okay, any questions with that? I got something in the chat here. Okay, it's almost, it's 1:02, my goodness. Okay, let's break there. I didn't think I was going to take, I had so much more to do, June. Okay. So if folks want to ask any questions or have any comments, let's open up the floor here. A couple minutes to chat, and then we can call it a day. Well, thank you all for joining now. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to unmute and let's talk.
So Frank, I just want to say thank you. I'm definitely very much a beginner, but this intrigued me, and maybe next time we do this, I won't be a beginner.
Well, great. If you keep it up. And actually, like I said, jump over to my wellness channel and I try to do these at least once a week, do some breathing or do something. So I've been a little remiss lately, but I'm going to start it back up now that the weather's nice and people are coming out of hibernation. So somebody said this morning it was snowing in Michigan. So I guess I'm lucky here. Anna, how's it up by you? Is it getting warmer?
We just had a really bad ice storm over the weekend, so I guess it's getting there, but it does not really feel seasonal yet. But on that topic, I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about, doing some of these exercises inside versus outside, and, how often do you get to do them outside based on where you are, and where do you kind of see the benefits of that?
Um, the breathing piece you can do anywhere you want. The connecting piece, so you could do these. The idea of doing these is to do them connected to the earth, because that you're drawing energy out of the earth when you inhale. You're filling your dantian, you're filling your chi reservoir with energy, and on the exhale, you're cleansing, you're clearing out any old used chi to get recycled. Okay, and I always use the term old and used. I don't use the term bad chi. There's no such thing as bad energy. Energy is always a positive thing. It's just it could be used in a bad way, but I don't think there's anything. I don't think energy is a bad thing. It's fresh and used in my vocabulary. So that's the thing. If you're on a wood floor, you're not if you're on a cement, anything that's not wood that's conductive is good. Or like I said, some folks you can look on Amazon and you can get a grounding mat, which is basically like a mat you put under your desk, but you plug it into the wall, but it only has that third plug on it, that prong for the negative, and it grounds you. So if you could stand on that, there's actually people that sleep on sheets that are grounded. Okay, because it just takes all the static charge out of your body. So to answer your question, breathing anytime, the best way is to do it when you're grounded, and the exercises that I was doing. But if you can't do that, still practice pushing, moving your energy, even though you're not able to pull energy from the earth. You can still move your own energy around by the inhaling and the pushing down of the energy into your feet. And again, for people with FSH, that's important because the lower you can keep that energy, if your weight is always up here, you're top heavy, and it's easy for you to fall. If your weight is down on the bottom, it's like one of those punching bags. It always just comes right back up again, right? So that's the right. And think of it that way. The weight's down in your feet, and it's less likely that you're going to fall because your center of gravity is closer to the ground. I mean, that's the best way I could explain it. Did I answer your question, Anna? Thank you. Just practice. I don't care where, when. Just do it. 10 times right now. Anybody else? Herb, I got an Herb. Alan, anything from you guys?
Well, thanks very much. It's very instructive.
Thanks for getting on. I appreciate it. Where are you located, Herb? I'm sorry.
Pittsburgh, PA.
Pittsburgh. Okay, great. Well, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Sure. Oh, sure.
So did June drop off, Anna? I can't.
Yeah, I think she had another
Okay.
call right at 1 o'clock. So
Okay. So
Yeah.
if no one else has any questions or anything, I will we can close it out. Hold on one second. Let me see when we meet again. I think, that can't be April 22nd. I don't know. I gotta look at my calendar real quick. So the next meeting's the 2nd. We're into April already. My goodness.
April 11th then?
April 11th. Okay. Oh, that's what I did. I put the thing. April 11th at noontime is the next meeting. I'm not sure what the agenda is for that, so you want to check the calendar. That would be great. Again, if you have any questions, you could reach me, Qi Gong for FSHD at gmail.com. And there is some folks who want a copy of PDF. I'll get that off to you sometime before the weekend. And we're good to go, Anna. Thank you guys for joining today.
Thanks,
Well, thanks,
everybody.
Frank. Very much appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much.
See you soon. Thanks for joining.
Thanks.